Hey, everybody. Welcome to another episode of We Have a Microphone, the weekly show every Tuesday at 7 p.m. here on View, only on View, I'm Hampton.
I'm Michael.
And we're going to drink a cocktail and talk about something nerdy.
Yeah.
Which is what we do here every Tuesday at 7. Yeah.
We have a microphone.
Yeah, we haven't lost it yet.
Bring it over a scotch. Let's do that.
I didn't want to.
Right.
We have like a kind of surprise today.
Yeah.
Which is pretty exciting. But what are we drinking first of all before we get into our subject?
are drinking a penicillin.
I get it because we're talking about vaccines this week. So
we are.
Penicillin. Is penicillin a vaccine?
It is not a vaccine. Close. Sorry, let me just hide this for a second. No?
Yeah, do it. I forgot. I should have beforehand. Sorry, now we're big. Hi, everybody.
So yeah, this is the penicillin cocktail. Yeah. It is considered a modern classic. It was invented in 2005 by...
I actually didn't know that.
Yeah. It feels like such a classic cocktail. It's scotch, lemon, honey ginger, and this one has a float of a very peaty scotch, Lefroy.
Yeah, that has got some heat to it.
But it was actually made or invented at the Milk and Honey, which was it closed. It was one of New York's first kind of cocktail bars in this Renaissance. Sasha, what's his face, founded it. We went once, I think, in 2011, 2012-ish.
Yeah, we did.
When it was in Flatiron, and it was amazing. But yeah, very good.
Yeah, thank you for making this. And then, so this week, we're talking about COVID vaccines. I know it's a little triggering, and we apparently started the show with the giant Death Star of a microscopic look at it, coronavirus. But Michael has a background as a biologist.
I
went to both Oxford and Cambridge. Those are two different schools for the Americans, but they're both. It's basically like Harvard and then 1 and 2.
I mean, I think Harvard has come second place for a couple of years now.
Oh, really?
Probably.
Is that true? I'm just going to show off to everybody.
Yeah. World top universities. Let's see. Is this it? Oh, this is United States.
Yeah, we're not gonna. I think we start this with their credentials that you went to. We all know it's a really good school.
Well, I think it's pretty good.
I'm a dropout twice.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's a thing. But why don't you? So in less than a year, or roughly a year, they've been able to go from no vaccine to a vaccine. Like, can you say what? Oh, wait, is it on the right mic? Can you click on the little sound icon?
Oh.
Nope. Down. Nope. There you go.
Oh.
Switch microphone.
No.
How about now? Is this any better?
I don't know. The thing doesn't seem to be going up.
I have it in the mode where it's like supposed to be like, you should hear us. Well, anyhow.
Hopefully this is slightly better.
Yeah. Or I'll just, I'm going to do it this way. We're going to do unidirectional. Y'all are going to get the butt of the microphone right here. Yeah. And it's going to point towards us. But okay, so they recently came out with these, it's worse? No, that's got to be better. I see that thing jumping all the way up there.
Okay. I think as long as we lean in, make sure.
Yeah. So, Michael.
Yes.
What is unique about these vaccines that they've been coming out with?
So, the two, at least in the US, I'm not 100% sure what the AstraZeneca one is, which has been done in the UK, but the Moderna and the Pfizer vaccines are both mRNA vaccines. And that is very, very exciting because this is the first time that we've ever had an mRNA vaccine, I believe, in the US. Used.
Okay, so how do regular vaccines work?
So the Johnson & Johnson vaccine is an example of a regular, or normal vaccine a regular one. And should we...
Well, yeah, we have a prop this week.
We have a microphone and a chalkboard.
This is normally behind my desk, and whenever I'm like on a call, I use this for drawing stuff on it. And so we thought this would be or this was Michael's idea. So he's going to give you so how does a normal vaccine?
Okay. So usually what we do is we, so the coronavirus, let's see if I can.
It's the spiky boy.
Yeah. It's the spiky boy. So the coronavirus looks like this. And it's got these little triangles around it.
This is the first experiment, everybody.
It's a little difficult to see.
Yeah, it's a little difficult. There we go. This is better.
There you go. Are you okay holding it like that?
Yeah, I am.
Okay. So you got the virus. Inside there's the genetic material, if you remember that. And you've got these like triangles essentially on the outside, which is really cool. And that's basically what the virus uses to attach to all your cells and stuff and how it goes in. And it's actually where the name comes from. Like corona, like the corona of the sun, it's like a crown. So this was actually named because it looks like it has a crown on the outside. And basically what we usually do with a vaccine, and this is what the Johnson & Johnson one does, is we take one of these spike proteins, is what they're called, sorry, the spike protein, and we kind of like make these fake viruses. So we'll put on the outside all these spike proteins, and on the inside we'll have some DNA that's like not the virus's DNA, but it's kind of like, this is the coronavirus's one. This has like just regular, like normal, totally harmless virus DNA. So like this is basically like, it's just like, it's called an adenovirus. It's like, totally harmless. And like, basically we say, okay, adenovirus, pretend you have the outer coating of a coronavirus. And we'll say like, okay, inject that into your body. And basically when your body sees that, it's like, whoa, like all these spikes, like let's do an immune response, let's form some antibodies against these spike protein kind of things. And you produce this immune response, which means that your body understands it's, something bad's in your system and it wants to get rid of it. Now, the way you produce these kinds of vaccines and these viruses is kind of crazy. Like, you sometimes need to put them into chicken eggs. That's like a really common way.
Warm chicken eggs, right?
Yeah, exactly. What you do is you say, okay, firstly, you create the first one of these, and then you inject it into a chicken egg, and the chicken egg kind of like acts as an incubator, kind of, and just like...
Is it because they don't have good defenses because it's sealed?
Yeah, I mean, a chicken egg has a lot of protein. Yeah. It's used to like replicate.
So you can be a rubbish virus, this one we've made. It's no good at anything.
Yeah.
And then, but you're in there and you're like, I'm on vacation. Yeah. I'm just going to like chill out.
The second way you can do it is you can actually put this virus into just a petri dish of human cells, and it will infect the human cells, produce a ton more of the virus. And then that's how you get enough to,
this sounds like the beginning though of like a horror movie where they're like, it's a totally harmless virus. And then,
yeah,
they start coughing and you're like,
yeah. And that's how most conspiracy theories start. So,
yeah.
So that's like how a normal vaccine works. And, I mean, we know that the coronavirus and these viruses last a long time, right? It's like in the air. They're like, we thought they were on surfaces for a while. We know they're not.
Sorry, I'm going to give a 5-second rant on that one real fast. It makes me crazy. Michael's used to hearing me. When people are like, oh, we're going to wipe down the tables now again and again and again. Like, there's never been a single recorded case of touch being the way that this coronavirus 19 transmits. It's through the air. So put on your masks, people. Like, put on your masks. It's okay. You don't have to wash your hands. Well, I mean, you should generally.
Yeah.
Losers washing their hands.
All that means that the vaccine is pretty stable. So like the flu vaccine and the Johnson & Johnson vaccine, it's just like a bit of virus in a vial. So it can stay.
But can you sometimes catch the virus from it?
No. So because it's like there's no real DNA inside the virus, it's just like got that protein on the outside, so you can't really get the virus from it.
Okay, so what is an mRNA vaccine and how does it?
Yeah. So mRNA, I don't know if you remember high school or however, science class.
I'm gonna go bigger than that. We need scale here.
Oh my gosh, sorry.
Get dramatic.
There we go.
Like you're a graffiti artist.
Okay. So.
Yeah. I love that. That's perfect.
Okay. So we have DNA. The double helix.
Is it dino DNA?
Dino DNA. And that's like your instructions, right? Your instructions on how to make every cell inside you. And what that gets converted into a single strand called RNA, mRNA. And that basically gets converted into a protein, which is, kind of like a blob with amino acids and stuff. And so this is kind of like the instruction manual, and this is kind of like an intermediary step between the instructions and how the instructions actually make stuff. And so what we can do is, if we think this protein, okay, let's say that this isn't just a blob like this, it's actually the spike protein of the coronavirus. That is potentially the instructions that we can give, right? So what we can do is we can say, okay, we know this protein. We know the instructions it takes to make this protein. Hey, let's just inject a whole bunch of this intermediary stuff into people. And then basically your cell, like if this kind of like is injected into your body, it just kind of like goes into your white blood cells and stuff like that. And your white blood cells, they don't know the difference between this and like something that's actually come from your DNA. So your white blood cells and other cells in your body start making this spike protein. So what you end up with is...
Which I'll get to the story in a second, but I just got vaccinated with Pfizer. Yeah. So you're like, everything you're saying, I'm like, that's happening in my body.
That is
right
currently
now.
happening. So this isn't a fried egg. This is a white blood cell. That's some mitochondria. And basically, like, it takes in our little mRNA and it starts producing these spike proteins on its edge. Because it's just like, yeah, I guess